Most great leaders have one thing in common: a reliable second in command. That is exactly what Bjorn is to Askeladd, able to stand on his own 2 feet, win the respect of the men under Askeladd's command, and most of all an undying faith towards his leader. But what would happen when the man he's sworn his loyalty to begins to conduct incomprehensible actions? Unsure if these actions were for their benefit or would actually harm them, will he still be able to stand by his side? Strength comes in many forms, one that is of Herculean might, able to topple armies with a single swing of his chosen weapon. Indiscriminate, merciless, and a malicious glee behind it, a one-man battalion. But though it may seem unstoppable, one is skilled enough to maneuver himself in the face of such a monster and still outclass it.
世界でただ一人の俺より強い男。本当の戦士だ。
Mastering not only his weapon, but also his terrain, and the ability to quickly adapt to any situation with a snap of a finger. Though this form of strength may not be able to wipe off armies in a blink of an eye, it can still dispose enemies before they could even realize that they have taken their last breath. Yet, no matter how beguiling these two may be, a more subtle, almost unnoticeable form of strength is able to force these two to their knees. Controlling the flow of battle, recognizing its advantages, it can and will secure a victory, not minding its tarnished reputation.
そんな卑怯なことができるか!
Ignoring the rules of an honorable skirmish, the glory of a warrior's death, this form of strength is a realist. Survival is what matters most in war, for honor do not grant you another day to live. And this is exactly what Askeladd has masterfully employed.
攻め手につくぞ。宝箱をぶっ壊して中身をこっそりいただこう。
Striking enemies where they least expected it, besting foes in a battle with almost unwinnable conditions. Traits that have won over men whose only apparent functions are to kill, pillage, sleep, and repeat. This is the man who Bjorn has put his trust on, believing he would continue to provide them riches, food for their belly, but most importantly for Bjorn, a great number of opportunities to satiate his bloodlust. This has been their livelihood for many years. And yet all of a sudden, hearing the news of a captured prince from a fleeing soldier, their course took an unexpected turn, and so has its leader's actions. With the promise of fortune and glory ready for the taking, should they successfully rescue the captured prince, Askeladd and his men readied themselves to do so, exhilarated by the prospect of the tremendous boon they would attain from the mission, already forgetting the monster they would have to face against. Most of the men present, already in total agreement with the seemingly reckless plan. But some of them weren't so eager to be a part of it. Bjorn could not even begin to imagine how they would scale such an uphill climb. Dumbfounded by the response given to him, he could only force himself to follow his leader's whims, relying upon the history of always ending up on the winning side by following him each and every time. Uncertainty now slowly creeping in, for the very first time, something Bjorn never thought would happen occurred. The smallest bit of doubt rooted itself in him, though he did not yet realize this at the time. With the information given by the now beheaded soldier, their leader and his men intercepts the monster who has taken hold of the prince. Their leader's plan now fully revealed, Bjorn had his doubts whether this plan of his would go as smoothly as their leader would want, or if the proposed plan of joining the main army and increasing their overall numbers to equalize the opposition's might was more befitting.
やっぱラグナル隊の400と組んだ方が良かったんじゃねえか。俺らの100と合わせりゃトルケル軍とタメだぜ。
Not to mention that his plan's success hinged on this boy and whether he could do the task given to him. Go through the forest of fire, search for the prince, rescue him, and escape without killing themselves in the process. A boy, whom in Bjorn's eyes may have slightly proven himself to be a decent fighter now, but still haven't proven himself enough to be entrusted with such a critical assignment. But despite Bjorn's worries, the mission did finish accordingly, casting away most of his doubts, for now. With the prince entering the scene, his rescuers changed their role, going from Vikings pillaging and ransacking small coastal villages to his personal escorts. Of course, they have no complaint, because after years and years of robbing other people's treasures, those were just a small lump of change compared to the coin they'd be able to collect when, and if, they successfully deliver the prince to his father.
そりゃおめえ、スベン王のご褒美だよ。俺たちは
あのトルケルから王子を救ったんだぜ。
Still, something did not sit well with Bjorn. Their leader, after seeing the prince's face, has been keeping things to himself, giving Bjorn vague answers as to why he has not been acting normally for the past few days, even cutting Bjorn's further questions, not letting another word in.
これからって。
よし、起きろ野郎ども。
Further piling up on his concerns, as they were marching towards where the king was and away from the monsters slowly catching up to them, their leader would only ease his men with a promise of reinforcements, to whom Bjorn did not have the slightest clue to who these reinforcements are, or if there were even reinforcements that would help them from their certain death.
このままじゃ追いつかれちまうぞ。
わかってるって。じきに援軍との合流地点だ。俺そこ。
True to their leader's word, reinforcements did arrive and helped them sail across to Morganug. Now feeling a little safer, Bjorn's mental strain begins to wane down. The plan of escorting the prince, now a little safer without the monster that was Thorkel following them, continues along.
行軍また行軍。今度は山道かよ。トルケルよりは山道の方がマシで。
But just when things have gotten a little brighter, another hurdle in the form of an ambush presents itself. Though it was quickly settled and they were granted safe passage, it was what transpired earlier that worried Bjorn again. Why has their leader not been acting like himself even until now? Why the secretive negotiation? Even speaking a language he never knew their leader was able to speak. A realization he's only ascertained a little too late. Just who was this man? Is he still the same person who has and would continue to lead them? Or is he actually?
俺はベンチンが嫌いだ。
Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. Share it with your friends too if they just might like it. But if you didn't, you're always free to hit that dislike. Don't forget to subscribe to get more of the good stuff from me. Also, let me know what your thoughts are on Bjorn so far, and the dynamic between him and Askeladd. Just comment down below. Till next time.